From one hole in the ground to another, Llanddulas quarry, and then down to the caravan coast. I meet an old railway hand who's to show me a piece of railway history hidden away. At the height of the Victorian railway age, this was a place of horror. At that time, the worst railway crash of all, the Abergele disaster. A footnote in history now, but the memory of it has not been allowed to wither.
There were two trains involved. The Irish Mail, which runs between Euston and Holyhead, was the passenger train that was involved, and there was also a goods train as well. This had left Chester, and on its way down to here it had picked up some wagons of paraffin. The two trains met roughly about here, and the collision was absolutely catastrophic. The paraffin in the wagons was catapulted over the top of the train, the locomotive of the Irish Mail, and drenched the first few coaches in paraffin. They immediately caught fire, and unfortunately the 33 passengers that were killed were in those leading coaches.
It's interesting, isn't it, that all this happened more than 130 years ago, yet the memorial has been maintained all that time, and there are flowers here and so on.
That's right, yes. There's been a tradition with the railway companies always to maintain it over the years, and the residents of the nearby caravan site, they occasionally come here and put flowers on the memorial, as you can see here today.
Sluiced by the tide and shiny, the shore is a perfect walk. I've made an appointment to see Dennis Rogers and Ted James, who years ago used to catch conger eels in these rocks. Rather to their surprise, they've cornered a conger today, the first they've seen in years. Good morning, what's that here? He's big.
He is big.
Catching one is not for the sensitive.
Dennis.
This evening, he'll be a fish dinner, cut into steaks and fried in butter. But how many people do this now?
Oh, not many. No, not many now.
You're the last of the conger men?
Yes, probably, yes.
But when you were boys, did a lot of people do it?
Yes,
there's
the
quite
old
a few
quarrymen
then, yeah.
used to, the old quarrymen used to come down and catch them, so we followed their footsteps.
Yeah.
We've seen them bigger than this, haven't we, Dennis?
Yeah, there's some bigger, yeah.
Years ago,
But this is not bad, like,
not bad,
bad at all.
It's quite a big one.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll eat it all yourselves?
Oh, no. Give it away, yeah.
Will you?
Yes.
Yeah. Looking up from the shore, I can see a house in Llanddulas with a place in comic literature. It used to be a boys' school, Arnold House, and it was here that a young and hopeful writer came to be a teacher.
The main interest of the house, obviously, to a lot of people is the fact that the famous novelist Evelyn Waugh was present here in the 1920s. I think it was 1925 or 1926. Desperately unhappy. He really hated being here, hated being a schoolmaster, hated some of the other schoolmasters, thought the building was dark and gloomy, and he was also having a bit of romantic problems at the time.
Rejected by his sweetheart and sunk in gloom, Evelyn Waugh waded into the sea to end it all. But a jellyfish stung him and drove him back, or so he wrote. As for the school and its monstrous headmaster, they appeared in the classic Decline and Fall. In that novel, he gave the school some battlements, no doubt borrowed from the nearby Gothic pile, Greek castle. The wall has 4 plaques, each telling of a glorious incident. The first plaque celebrates a Welsh victory in a battle against the English. Another Welsh triumph, this time against the Normans. And number 3 tells of a battle between Henry II and Owain Gwynedd. A Welsh victory, of course. Stirring stuff, but all the stories are fantasies. Only the 4th plaque tells a true tale, that Richard II was taken prisoner here. The expert on all this is a schoolboy who loves the castle and has written about it and discussed it with a couple of chaps he's met. The schoolboy sleuth has found the truth.
Yes, the towers were built in the 1820s by Lloyd Hesketh Bamford Hesketh of Greich Castle, and he has a lot of interest in local Welsh history. And as if you visited Greich Castle in the 1820s, you would have seen his collection of like memorabilia of the past. He had carved heads of gods and goddesses of the Druids from Anglesey, and he had in all of his windows his Welsh heritage displayed, which is in the stained glass, which he designed himself as well.
So these stories were really just to add a bit of glamour and colour?
Yes, yeah. They were just to promote local interest really in their heritage, and which was a good thing really, so.
Didn't matter too much that they weren't entirely true?
No, they were legends. They were just legends.
Finally, a small and I think delicious piece of history. In that house lived Sir Alfred Jones, a Victorian shipping tycoon who, in 1884, introduced into Britain an exotic novelty, the banana. Thanks to his initiative, the British fruit bowl was changed forever.